This beach is better.
Um, what just happened there? What what happened? I was sitting there waiting on the intro, and then I noticed it wasn't on. I'm not restarting it. I don't have that type of care. Okay, so let me get my little message out real quick. Oh my gosh, it's so hot in here. I really was sitting there looking. I said, I don't think nothing's playing. Okay, listen, y'all. While I have the care, I only have so much, okay, to give, and I choose not to serve YouTube, okay? Y'all saw the title. I'm gonna need, they're not gonna like this video because uh, probably some people didn't get the message because they're not in tune to what is going on. They can't see past, their next pack of Newports and a Percocet around here. Like they just can't see what's ahead. They just have that and around them and above them and beneath them. Okay, they just got that tunnel vision, and it's even limited. It's not even tunnel vision. It's like they can only see one car ahead, not the entire layout of the lane you're in, and not to swerve over in somebody else's lane. So let me go ahead and get this out. Um, Today, okay, I had to hear unnecessary complaining about the new draft about the supplemental nutritional agricultural program, SNAP, also known as EBT, also known as food stamps. You know, the supplemental nutrition. Like people always want to make a name sound what it is, but just say food stamps. But I guess we got to keep it a little bit Negro over here. Just say food stamps, but y'all can go with SNAP if it make you feel better, or EBT, electronic. I don't even know what the EBT stand for. Like somebody put in the chat what EBT stands for. I don't know. I mean, I could look it up, but it's just not that deep. I just know them gas. Oh, you go anywhere in certain areas, and you will see highlighted across the dang on gas station EBT accepted here. Okay, don't know nothing about what it stands for. Okay, folks will go up in that gas station and swipe about $50 on some groceries because they take EBT. Seems like a waste to me. Well, you could have just went down there to the dang on food depot, but I'm not. Who am I to tell people how to spend their little grocery money and stuff? So, folks is not happy because y'all's president has brought. I knew it was coming. See, those people who did not read that project 2025 and wasn't aware what was going to happen, thought it was a joke. Y'all wasn't ready. The rest of us, we knew what was gonna happen. Um, I watched. I said, okay, they're making it down the list. They're making it down the list. Next up, then they finna come for them foods. I knew after the tariffs. I said, some of y'all still not moved. Some of y'all still thinking, okay, I'm gonna still get my weaves and my sew, all this stuff from the Turkish people over here or the Arabs. Y'all thought y'all could get around the Chinese and the tariffs weren't gonna really hit you, even though they really did hit the pharmacies and cause some people major delays on prescriptions, and ultimately some people had to resort to other brands that just did not do the job. I know some of y'all don't know that because you don't get prescribed medication or go to actual primary care doctors and get your things written out. You just go down there to Pookie and Ray Ray and them down at the trap house and buy what you think you need and self-diagnose yourself. But for the rest of the civilization, we tend to rely on actual medication prescribed per doctor, okay, for the ailments and afflictions that you may have, not something that you just feel like you need, okay? Take that however you want to. Anyway, that being said, how they go from tariffs and went all the way to food stamps, which is a multi-billion-dollar come up for a lot of people. Like I said, I mean, that's a huge market. Y'all know how many folks on EBT, SNAP, food stamps? A lot. I don't. It's ridiculous amount. People like there's not even no shame about it anymore. If you got your EBT card, okay, wave your card in the air and swipe it like you just don't care. And if somebody asks if you got food stamps, let me hear them say, "Hell yeah, hell yeah!" Like it's no one cares. Okay, y'all still out here flipping the stamps, selling them 50 cents on the dollar. People gonna do what they do. People gonna buy what they buy. People gonna swipe how they swipe. And I'm not a hater. But what I don't like to hear is from a community of people mad because of the reduction that's in place. 25%. 25% is a lot. That you can feel that in your gut. Now, I don't know how long that's it's gonna take for them to make a decision on that. The way this they moving up in this administration, things seem to happen pretty quick. It don't take long. As soon as they say something, the next you wake up and it's in effect. Okay, we getting ready to go into June. I guess people gonna be getting letters after y'all next renewal. See, I be paying attention to the time, and I said, don't people renew in the summertime and in the winter? Look, I'm hip. I'm on game. I know how. I'm hip. So the next application process probably going to be tedious. Some of y'all probably going to be getting cut off. You just are not going to make the cut. And for those who do, you probably when you get your benefit amount allotment or whatever, it probably will be a 25% reduction because I don't think the proposal for the state to pay 20 to 25% that the White House is asking for is up in the billion. They're not going to pay that when the EBT food stamps are already tax-free money. So it's tax-free money, being the state ain't nobody getting nothing from it. Straight grocery, there's the only benefit of that is I'm shopping in your store because you provide that service and it carries cross statewide. So yeah, but I don't see, like, I live in Bama. I don't see Alabama forking over $1 billion so we can have had that 25%. I see them saying, no, reduce them. Do what you got to do, which thus now means probably in the next month or so. And again, this is for the non-voters who want to do the most complaining, who get the most stamps, but you didn't want to get up and go to the polls. You don't want to take nothing serious. You thought everything was a joke, hee hee ha ha, only worried about you and what you could see in front of you and your next meal. And this is about to tear your house up because trust me, you already not, them stamps ain't going like they used to with the price of food. They're just not. It's just not hitting like that. And half of y'all selling them to try to make ends meet or doing that little them junkie stunts with some of the gas stations. Yeah, letting them swipe You for 40 and you get 20 on gas. Yes, we know what you do. We know you don't let the people swipe you for $40 just for you to get $20. That's why they be selling stuff in them gas stations. Anybody want to know why they got a relaxer kit? Why is a relaxer kit in a wig and some lace front glue in the neighborhood Texaco? Because they'll take it off your EBT card. They're gonna ring it up as a grocery. Yes, we know. We know. Everybody, that's why they got the wig. So you done swipe $80 in stamps for some fishnet hose, that pink lace front you saw. Okay. A relaxer kit is some liquor you ain't supposed to have. That the man he done let you get all that for 80, and it really only tallied up to about 30. So he done made a good $50 off of your stamps because you wasn't really worried about it. You know, you got what you need for that moment. I can't hate the player. Y'all gotta hate the game. I mean, if I was in a situation I could still make a $50 come up, I probably would stick a couple of wigs in there and some lashes and swipe your card. Like, you don't care. What am I supposed to care for? I'm just saying it's not entirely legal, and I do not condone the art of. Should we just call that trickery? But I'm not hating, okay? So 25% reduction is quite a bit. Just take your amount. And I know some of y'all didn't get past the GED and did not even get your GED. And you want to figure out your 25%. Well, I don't know if you did percent or fractions. Maybe if you even know how to operate a calculator. So just take whatever you're getting amount now. Find the smartest person in your family and ask them what would a 25%, like a sale, what that would be, and that's what you're looking at. And don't act like it ain't gonna matter, because it will matter. It will. I mean, if it didn't matter, then folks wouldn't be already complaining. The very people who didn't even go and show up, they didn't vote. They didn't try to get nobody to the poll. They didn't even say, let me at least get some people in the community registered. They just sat back, Democrat hate, and doing all this hate, and didn't think nobody was going to ever come for their food stamps, because no one really ever has come for the food stamps. It's always been, we're going to let y'all live. But now that they coming, the food stamps are on the docket. This is not a hypothetical. The food stamps is on the docket. 25% reduction and dismissal of applicants who they just feel like you on your own. I don't even know. They didn't even get, I read it. Yes, I did. I'm not about to share no screen or do none of all that. Go and do your own research. I don't teach anymore. I just collect my retirement benefits. But yeah, that reduction, meaning now when I go, my skinless chicken breast, my skinless boneless chicken breast probably gonna have a dang on, what you call the thing, that anti-theft on the chicken if they don't lock it down. This is how it's going to affect everybody, because we saw from COVID how much people was just stealing deodorants and detergents and everything up under the sun, which is why every time I go into the store now in certain places and I want to get me my degree deodorant or what, a Dove, whatever, I got to ring the bell for them to kind of unlock it. It's just really, time consuming. But I've gotten used to it. Just depends on if I want it. They've gotten better about hurrying on up over there and don't leave me standing on the aisle looking crazy. But then sometimes it is kind of inconvenient. Like, I just want to get up some Febreze. Why I got to do all this? Why is the Febreze locked up like this? And they got the baby formula back there chained up. It's giving, folks already know y'all gonna steal. So now with the 25% reduction in food stamps, when that come into play, folks about to start stealing their groceries. So now it is going to be the chicken on a chain, okay? What else y'all liked about all the hot fries? About to have extra barcode on it. Like, self-checkout just gonna be gone again. They gonna say, nope. Nope. All these things. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm really trying to be serious. But this is gonna really inconvenient, my grocery shopping experience, because I already know, like, I just want to get the chicken and go, get my pot roast and go, get these things and go, how I'm easily putting them in. But I'm gonna have to go to the other side of town and shop. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna have to. I love my community, but not like that. I don't love y'all to the point where I'm willing to stand in line an extra 45 minutes because the chicken's on a chain. They done figured out how to put, when you buy your clothes and they got the tag sensors on there. They done figured out how to put a sensor on hot Cheetos, chicken breasts, chicken thighs, anything over the $2 mark is about to be chained up. I just feel like I'm above that. I'm better than that. So I got to put a limit on just how low can you go. How low can you go? How low can you go? I gotta put a limit. I can't go there. I can't sit in the gutter with y'all waiting on, please, I'm on aisle chicken. Can somebody come unlock the chicken? And I don't want to have to get it, anti-theft, pat it down. It's already enough for me to wait for them to unlock the shit for the Tide deodorant. They don't got the no name stuff over there locked up. They got all the brands that I use locked up. So you know how they go. They don't got Purex over here locked up. Nobody locked up. I don't even know what people wash their stuff with, but over here we a Tide type of household, okay? Give me that Tide Oxy. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. Like, it's not even, I don't even look on another way. This is what I want. This is what I'm washing my clothes with, because this is what works. And they last a long time. And I'm not about to compromise. I don't give a damn what the price is. So I got to wait for somebody to unlock the Tide. I already got to put up with that. And the car freshener and the deodorant lockdown. Can we go back to why y'all musty kids stealing the deodorant? I know y'all sending y'all kids in there to do that. Go in there, get that degree. Y'all not stealing it. Y'all not see. If you was a good, a considerate thief, you would steal the cheap stuff so the rest of us could have a decent life. Y'all make sure y'all steal the best stuff. So down here, all the dollar deodorant just sitting out free and clear, but degree locked up. The Dove, good luck in that, baby. They got the Dove soap so locked down. I said, this is a shame. The day come when I got to steal a bar of soap. I don't think I deserve to be here anymore, and I'm gonna have to really have a talk with the Lord on what I have done, because I'm just, baby, look, don't act like y'all better not act like y'all don't know what I'm talking about. I have to serve. I serve a community. I signed up for a lifetime of service to a community. I live in those communities. So yes, when we spend our money and our black dollars, okay, when we spend our black dollars, when we say this Black Dollar Friday, we're spending our money in the communities. But that's what we're supposed to do. We can't be up here being fraudulent, talking about Black Dollar Fridays and stuff like that. And then we all the way up over there on the other side. I'm going to spend in my community. And with the exception of, I do got to hold my head up high. And I'm not about to be standing back there in the cold chicken aisle waiting on somebody to take the sensor off the pack of chicken wings, because Tyrone them just going to walk out the store with it. And don't act like people don't do that, because I don't know who in the Superwoman I thought I was. Where my cape at? I should have had my cape avatar. I actually went out of... I think I must have, I don't know where I was. I know exactly what was going on with me. I think I had a little trauma built up, and I was just fed up. But I watched a guy come up into Dollar General. I think the young girl, the register, I felt bad for her because I could tell she was a college girl. She really didn't belong there, but she just gonna do her little job real quick for the holidays and get up out. She ended up quitting. But the guy said thought he was gonna rob the store, but he was gonna do it just by filling his buggy up. He went on the aisle with the detergent, filled it up with all the games, all the big, large games, and a whole bunch of wine bottles, and just walked out the door with the buggy and was like, "Excuse me, sir, And I don't know. I think when I saw her go after him, I felt like, I don't know, somewhere in my spirit, she shouldn't be going out there by herself. But I felt a type of way because I was buying my stuff and he just gonna push the buggy out, filled to the rim with nothing but game detergent and a whole bunch of wine bottles. I don't know what that was about. And turns out he gets out there, she gets out there. I snatched the buggy out of him. Was like, what the fuck you See, this is why I be getting in trouble. This why I done snatched the buggy from out the man hand. We out in broad daylight. The cashier girl's like, I'm reporting you. What you? He was like, you not gonna let me go? She was like, no, I'm not. And I'm sitting here like, and you better not say nothing to her. And I done pulled the buggy out of his hand. Like, I really thought, like, that dude could have knocked me over my head one of those 9 bars. I don't know why I end up in situations like where you should look the other way or don't say nothing. But I'm just that person that, I was fine. He didn't try nothing, but being that the other cashier was behind that whole thing because she didn't move, and I was trying to figure, I don't even work here. Why am I sitting here, like facilitating, you know, you all's stop of a robbery, and the other girls, they not doing anything because they knew that somebody, dad, uncle, and them coming in. They just told them, just fill the buggy up with deterrents. Like, what was he gonna go sell that on the side of the store? I don't know what the man plan was, but I know that had been his second or third time in there. Hence why the detergents be locked up. Okay, and when they try to give somebody a chance and unlock them and let you live, people come in there and just feel. I mean, really think about it. You could fill your buggy up and walk out if somebody really like who gonna. That's what dude was like. Who gonna stop me? I need to really reevaluate what I was thinking that day because. Looking back now, as if I haven't learned. As if I haven't learned. Some folks crazy. You, I think I was really thinking about that girl. Like, she went chasing after him, and I went chasing behind her. Because if he was gonna try something, it'd been better if it was two of us instead of one. That's what I was really thinking. I wasn't really, planning to snatch the bug out the man's hand, pull it back, and gonna turn into some type of Xena, the Negro Black warrior princess. I really didn't. That wasn't my end game, but we all survived. Yeah, that happened, y'all. She don't work there anymore, and I don't shop at that store anymore because, well, just because, you know, they don't want to keep their shelves stocked. And I see why, because they let folks just come in and steal. So, yeah, okay. So I got a little bit sidetracked. But back to the food stamps, okay? Back to back to all the people right now who want to start, y'all having a whole bunch of hissy fits. Okay, talking about how you can't be gonna not be able to feed your families and all this stuff I'm seeing in the little chats and the community boards. I'm like, so did you make it to the polls? And then you don't have nothing to say. See, that's what I get to. After I hear you say everything you got to say, next thing come out of my mouth. Did you make it down there to the polls? Oh, okay. Okay. Cause see, this was on the thing right here. This was on the docket. So, have I given my 30 minutes? We got 6 more minutes. And I know some people probably, I know y'all probably some of the ones stealing the deodorants. I get, I'm not gonna say I get it. I just want you to understand the laws of relativity and the balance that you take from here and you just lose from over there. So all you got to keep on taking. And those of us that know better, that's not a way to live. Like, I got to keep that. That's why there's no happy thieves. And some people don't get it. Why do folks who steal keep stealing? Other than diagnosed kleptomaniacs with closets full of things that they don't even know. Because the moment you went out and decided you were going to steal your 32-ounce bottle of Tide and didn't think you would turn around and come outside and you have a flat tire, which now you got to go get a used tire for the low ski of $40 because you can't afford a brand new tire. And then you kind of figure out why is it happening to you. Well, people get tire issues all the time, but come on now. You took from one place, you got to pay in somewhere else. So that's just how they go. Okay, just want to let you know that. So try. Can you just try to do it the best way you can to limit your losses? Just try. But anyway, please stop complaining. You didn't care, then don't care now. Go ahead and say, well, hey, I don't even know. See, when they, I guess they got to get down to the what do they call wealth? They don't call it welfare anymore. They call it something. I don't even know the name for welfare. What is it called? Something about financial assistance. I don't know what it's called for households that receive income. Okay, which it's welfare, but they gave it another name, like they gave food stamps a name, SNAP. I just happen to see that all the time. Supplementary nutritional. I think it's advancement program. Um, I'm already supporting the childhood hunger. I come out my pocket yearly to pay to feed at least so many children one meal after school. So look, we're not doing no more than what we doing over here. I'm just saying we already have put a cap. You're not getting nothing more up out of over here, and you can take that however you want to. We are feeding. We done close the purse up. Y'all don't want to take us serious, so we're just gonna flip our hair and adjust our pearls and go about our business. Okay. Again, stop crying about your loss and reduction in the food stamps. And let's not forget, this gonna affect some homeless people. Yeah, y'all do know there are actually restaurants that take those. Now somebody gonna take this and run with it, but you got Subway accepts EBT card. Anywhere that sells cold food, people are eating off of for the day that don't have anywhere to stay. That hardly could get the ones they got. Homeless folks are probably gonna get it the worst. They don't have IDs and things like that to even hardly get the cars in the first place. So when they get it, yes, they're hanging on to dear life for it. Some of them have to eat per day, per meal, which is why they start letting people like Subway accept the food stamps. Of course, some of y'all, you know what? When I see the lady in the store getting 4 foot longs and she done spent $6.50 something dollars at Subway, and I see that and I'm like, you know what? That's so wasteful. Because you about to take this to the house. That's not what that was for, but leave it to some people who, I heard Captain D's. I don't know. There's a couple of more food chains that take the EBT. They try not to broadcast it, but they are. You have to go. I'm not about to give that information out. I'm not going to help facilitate the hunger of your children. Why they couldn't. Your stamp's supposed to last you all month. You're supposed to break them down to the weeks, in the month, and you're supposed to stretch them out. I'm not going to help you explain to your children you got to wait on your stamps before they can get their snacks. Because mama done went and ran up all the snacks in the first 4 days between the hair store, selling a third of it, using the other third of it at the hair store, wasting the third. And now y'all got to get the Shasta drinks and everything from the dollar store. I'm not knocking dollar store shopping, but yes, there's an issue when all your groceries coming out of the dollar store cooler and you got a house full of folks. Now you up in dollar store with your buggy full of hot dogs, knockoff, goddamn Lunchables, bologna cheese. Like we see you. And I don't even go to the dollar store for that reason. It took one or two times for me to get caught behind the person. Do you know how long it take to swipe $200 items? I can't do it. I just came in here for a pack of paper or some envelopes, and I got to stand here for 30 minutes because you wanted to go grocery shopping at the dollar store. Your buggy full of hundreds of tiny dollar store items. No, I don't have that time. But do you? They don't even have that type of counter space. So you got to put up 5 items at a time. Oh my gosh, it is really, really a hassle. So the dollar store is just not for me. It's not even a dollar store no more. The $1.25 store, no, thank you. Besides that, last time I bought some envelopes there, they were kind of thin and just not up to par. So I'll just go ahead and spend the extra 50, 75 cents and get me something that doesn't, rip up quite so easily. But that's just me. Back to the commentary while I wrap this up. Oop, I'm past my 30 minutes. Stop complaining. Yes, you will be getting a reduction in your food stamps because I know the states are not going to agree to that $1 billion payout. Why would they? They're not going to do that. Did you see them jumping in, like they sitting there too? They struggling, hanging on by hope and a prayer. Budgets have been cut everywhere. Where they're supposed to find that money? So go ahead and just put in your head that you're not going to be able to trap out your yes, I said you're not going to be able to trap out that EBT card in a couple of months. I would expect by it's going to be in full effect. I would expect by the time y'all get your notices for the summer, you won't be you'll be getting a reduction. Normally, you probably would say something due to a food increase or whatever. Your allotment might go up, but if people haven't been paying attention, that hadn't been the case with folks. I think the best people saw food stamps was around COVID. Everybody could get them. And that's probably going to happen. Folks who got them around COVID, they was able to somehow keep them. I have a feeling what'll probably happen, they'll go through first and come for y'all. They'll start cutting people that got them due to like some type of emergency in the economy. And now they're like, okay, although folks still are recovering from that. But, with that card, with them stamps, you can hang on to them if you know how to play the game. Okay. If you know how to do it, but they're going to probably take a closer look. And you're just going to have to go ahead and start swipe. Some people just need to cut out their budget. Now, I do think some folks are going to ride behind this. So when I say stop complaining, it's for the non-voters. It's not for the people who actually no, I understood this and I want to keep this is why I voted this way. So these things would probably not happen. And I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to the non-voters who doing the most cash money. No, not cash money. The most EBT money talk, going in the stores, just swiping all the little debbies. They ain't have that, people eating by the day off of that. Imagine that taken from you. It's starting at 25%. That's a start. That's going to probably be the first 6 months. By the time we roll around for January, they're going to take another reduction. So you think 25, that's why I said 25% is a serious hit. The next hit will probably be 40 to 50. So that's half of everything you living on to eat for a home. I know people getting 1,000, 12, they depend on that. Good, bad, or indifferent, it doesn't matter. They really have depended on. Now they're gonna have to really decide you're not gonna be able to get that relaxer on your food stamp card. No, you're not gonna be able to trap that out. Ain't nobody buying your stamps. Don't even ask. It ain't worth 50 cents on the dollar no more. You ain't gonna be able to sell them. So that's less cash coming in. All this stuff is gonna go all the way around. Like I said, it's gonna like a revolving door in a circle, and we're gonna end up with sensor tags on the chicken meat, and I'm just not really feeling that, So that's all I have to say. Hey V, how you doing, baby? It's good to see you, honey. V, I had to come on here and I had to say something because people are not they're not really understanding the stamps. They, and I, like I said, I'm for EBT. I am pro EBT. I am pro supplementary nutritional advancement, whatever associate program. I forget what the A stand for, but I am for it. I don't want to see it gone either. It's gonna affect me all type of ways. Like I said, I don't want my meat censored. I want to go in and shop. I just found a good little store where they cut their meat really good. I've been going over there. What happens when not that many people that get SNAP go to a store? When they start locking up all the chicken you can't steal and steaks y'all be swiping away. Look, y'all not gonna be getting crab legs. Then they gonna start coming for the stuff you getting. But the store I want to go get my groceries now is gonna get over flooded and ran down with the folks who in there wearing the fake pregnant belly, stuffing packs of chicken and steaks in there. Like, theft is real. And it affects not only the prices, but it affects the way we come in there. Like I said, hence the deodorant being all locked down and unnecessary stuff because you over here and found out, oh, over here they don't have their stuff locked down, so we're gonna go over here and steal. And these people now they do their inventory. Look, I'm all about some consumer and consumption law. Like, that's what's gonna happen. Now I'm gonna go in there and realize, dang, it look real. What happened to it's gonna look a certain way, and the chicken gonna be on a chain. And I'm not going to appreciate it, okay? I'm just not. DOD, stop laughing. DOD, this is serious, okay? Because that's what's going to happen. DOD, y'all cannot, if anybody can tell me they have not since COVID gone into some store. Now, if you this person and you living up there on the hills, hey, good for you. But if you could come on a little bit round to the community, you done seen some stuff. Why they got a lock over there on the Tide detergent? Why are the maxi pads on lock? I mean, it's stuff that shouldn't be locked up. Anybody coming in the store to have to get a pack of tampons should not have to ring a bell. You can ring my bell. I mean, you sitting back there in the aisle of women's sanitary. Ding dong. This how that bell sound. Ding dong. Customer on aisle 2 needing help in the tampon aisle. That's how it sounds like. And you just standing there looking like, I mean, yeah, I got to get what I got to get, but you ain't got to tell everybody like that. Yes, it's a little bit of, uncomfortableness that comes with that. It doesn't feel good. The deodorant, I don't mind, but when you get to the sanitary stuff, I was trying to be delicate, but since DOD want to find it funny, he want to find it funny because they're gonna be locking up the chicken. Well, they locked up the baby formula. The baby formula sitting behind the counters in China. I don't even have a baby, but the fact that when I saw the formula sitting behind a register, in a trained area, I said they stealing baby milk. Well, Michael Jackson said, "Don't have a baby if you can't feed your baby," but I feel like, okay, them women must be maybe WIC ain't coming through and they got to steal the baby milk. I can't really judge somebody stealing baby formula until I found out, it's not that they couldn't buy the baby formula. They just swiped their EBT card and bought their lace front wig in Texaco. See, this wouldn't come back to what are you doing with your stamp card in the first place? Because again, as I said in the beginning, the Texaco down there on 3rd, you can get with your food stamp card a wig, hosiery, shoes. This is why when you go into some of these grocery stores, you're like, why they got some Crocs up in Texas? Because if you got a food stamp card, they're going to let you swipe it and charge you $100 for it. They only $40, $50 in the store, but they're going to tax you $50. Y'all know what a $50 tax is? That's like double. We're going to make you pay double but you really not paying because you're using your food stamp card. So why you care anyway? That's how the man told me at the store, because I be asking him like, Lonzo, why you got this Metro PCS and it say EBT accepted? Yeah, I ring it up groceries. Oh, okay. These folks paying $200. This phone ain't worth about $35. Well, on the food stamp, they're about to take $200 of the baby's snack money. Y'all buying cell phones, wigs, hosiery, shoes, everything. A relaxer. Hey, my own cousin was about her running to the neighborhood trap store, came out with a relaxer and all type of stuff, all with no money and nothing but a food stamp card, even 2-pack of Newports. I'm not kidding. I said, you can buy that. I didn't know you could do that. That's how I be learning. I didn't know. I folks talking about gas. The man, like I said, he gonna charge you for $40 with your food stamp card and let you get 20 on gas. So it's gonna affect them because they over here making a profit off of your stamps. Texaco, Shell, anywhere and anybody with a no-name sign. Now the no-name sign people let you actually get the gas. Texaco and Shell not gonna let you get gas with the stamps. Yes, DOD. I'm hip. I got all the hood. I have to know these things, okay, so I can know what I'm dealing with. They need that gas, so they're not gonna let you get the gas, but they will let you get some smokes, some blacks, those wigs that's in the gas station, fishnets, them little knockoff Crocs, and a couple of them of some wine. They will let you swipe your card and double whatever you would have paid, and they ring it up as grocery, because you're only supposed to get grocery items because it is a grocery shopping card. It's for groceries, okay? But like I said, I ain't hating on my cousin. Come on, she came out, got her relaxer. She came home and she laid her hair down at the cost of $80. Now I don't know where else you can go in the beauty supply store. You could have got that for about $15-$20. But if she wanted to run $80 on her stamp, who am I to judge? Tell her, that's not a wise financial decision when you always run out. This why you be running out every month. This why folks be, you ain't gonna make it to the end of the month spending $80 a day. You're not getting that many stamps. That's not funny. But this is how I said DOD is going to affect everybody, and Arky is about to pop open. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. These tariffs ain't got shit on EBT. Baby, in EBT move everything around me. Everything around me be moved by food stamp card. Folks be hustling. Like I said, 50 cents on a dollar is gone. It don't. You're not going. The dollar ain't worth that much anymore, and people not gonna have a much. The reduction is 25%. That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. Not they didn't even start off at 5 or 10%. Them they came straight for the 25. They came straight for the quarter. 25% reduction. And the non-voters want to be out here doing the most hoo-ha and riding, talking about, well, we about to start, okay, they think they know stealing. We about to start burning up. Y'all ain't about to do nothing. You didn't have that energy when they cancel Black History Month. You didn't have that energy. You definitely ain't got that energy for Juneteenth. We ain't even made it there yet. Okay, some of y'all funding your whole Juneteenth productions off of EBT cards. That's what I'm trying to say. This really bad. So I'm gonna need for DOD to do a follow-up. Okay, go ahead and pull that up, DOD. Just Google in the president in EBT reduction, and it'll give you all the stats. But it's 25%. And within 30 to 45 days, we about to see folks cut off the ones who just cut off. And they're going to cut y'all off for things like they've been letting you get back because you've been claiming you can't get an ID. Like, they're going to cut folks off for the they don't pay those workers that much money. I got a friend from high school been working down there for a long time. They don't pay them a lot of money, and there's not any room for advancement. Hell, they down there getting stamps. The stamp workers getting stamps. So you better believe anything they've been letting you slide by now, you didn't have an ID and they let no, you don't have an ID. Sorry, we can't give you benefits. Goodbye. They're not gonna play with y'all because they already gonna be looked at scrupulously. They're gonna be under a microscope trying to figure out how you getting stamps over here. So the people getting cut off, I'm not gonna help you keep yours. Everybody gonna be feeling some type of way. All right. And like I said, the dollar store about to be that cooler gonna be wiped out. I don't buy dollar store chicken. I don't buy any food at the dollar store. I can't trust your coolers. And like I said, one or two items, but nobody goes in there for food. Like I said, ever since I got behind that lady in that with that buggy that had $301 food items, and I had to stand up for 30 minutes with that little tiny register belt. It didn't even have a belt, and they had to keep swiping. And I felt like it was never going to end. And all I had was a pack of envelopes. I haven't been back there because I can't do that. That's not a place to buy groceries. I thought you're supposed to go in there for just a pack of maybe a quick, I don't know, some candy or something. I didn't know you just do grocery shopping up out of there. Eggs, produce, milk. I don't know if I could trust that. I just can't. I'm good. I'll go to the grocery store. Okay. I just and they're little tiny servings. Like how far is that gonna get you? But how people shop and eat in their household, that's their business and not mine. So let me just go where I want to go. But DOD, you need to, you know what? Don't bring up them lemons and 20 on the punt four and spend $40. They don't have to pay 40 for the 20. Couldn't you just come up with 20 on gas? It just seemed to me like when just because you get a large amount, see, this is why it's really true and it's written. If you can't be trusted with a little, you can't be trusted with a lot. And so when I see people, I'm like, you getting about $1,000 a month in stamps. How you not making it to the end of the month? What's going on here? Are you just buying lobsters and crabs? And no, they sell, like I said, you got to break it down to the third that they're selling, the third that they're trapping and hustling out, wastefulness, and then what's left, they try to make, eat off of. And that's something you got I give them 7 to 10 days on food. The rest of it is calling, trying to ask other people, anybody got a stamp? This how anybody got some stamps I can borrow till I get mine. If you ain't lived until you heard that, anybody that's got some stamp? Nah, I can't help you because I don't. I don't. If I did, they need theirs, and they're not gonna let you borrow nothing. Because chances are, when you get yours on the third, and people call you, you're not gonna pick up your phone so they can get their stamps back. Yes, yes, yes. That's how I go. Stamps work just like the taxes. Anybody that say when I get mine, I'll pay it back to you, never fulfills their end of the deal or change their whole damn number. Okay, so no, we don't trust you. You get more than everybody. Nobody's gonna help you. Go just have to figure it out. Okay, and like I said, I pay a substantial amount of money for other kids to eat. So I'm not going to be giving out any handouts or even a hand up. I don't have it to give. Hey, Lynn. Well, yeah, the selling of the stamps, that's something that's always been a thing. It's always been a thing. It's always been a thing. I'm not gonna act like hang on. I'm not gonna act like that's something I don't know about. I'm surprised about, and it doesn't happen. I get approached all the time. People have asked me for help, and I'm just like, man, they must, no one asks. I mean, you got enough for the kids to eat because you just Don't know what people want to sell their stamps for. I see people still, they'll sell their food stamps to try to pay their water bill. And I'm just thinking, well, I guess you decided if you got to eat, which one come first. Maybe they feel like at the time there's some food in there, but I got to pay the water bill. Like, it get real. The hustle and flow. It's about, hey, y'all about to be back on some hustle and flow type of living. It's hard out here. Oh God, it's gonna get real gutter because that's what some people are. They are flipping their stamp money, and we don't gotta act brand new over here, okay? And like people don't flip things, but some people on a month-to-month basis, the day they stamps hit, they already flipping, and they have been dependent on flipping their food stamps for the entirety of them getting it. So they're not gonna know what to do now that they got less to flip. They can't flip because don't nobody want them because they've lost value. It's not enough, and nobody else want it because it ain't gonna be 50 cents on the dollar anymore. You gotta understand when people flip and sell these stamps, DOD, they charge 50 cents on the dollar. So let's say I have $100 in stamps, tax free. Food stamps are SNAP, EBT, whatever you want to call it. Is tax free. So if I got $100 in stamps, you can give me 50 and get that $100 in stamps. You done came up. For the person buying it, they win because they've doubled their produce, they've doubled their grocery, and it's tax free. So really, they haven't doubled it. They've doubled it plus an extra 25%. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't have to pay taxes on that. Lamb, my guy.
Yes, so what it was happening with it, Bridget? What's up with you?
I was about to wrap it up, and they started cutting up down there. What you
Go
got
ahead,
going?
wrap it. Oh man, I ain't got nothing
Well, they
going on.
got.
Go on, wrap it up.
I had to. How you feel about what you know about people flipping stamps, and how you think it would really affect? Since you done came up here, you can just lick. How you think it's gonna affect certain demographics? Getting that reduction in mandatory reduction and cutoff. Some people just getting cut off. Too bad, so sad. Okay, on their stamps in the next 30 to 45 days, and how that's going to affect some of these stores.
I mean, man, the tariffs is already messing up the stores and everything. The stamps part of things. I mean, I don't think it's gonna slow too much down. It's not gonna slow too much down, but folks gonna have
Really?
to get out there and get that money and go ahead and make up for it. Spend that cash.
Yeah, and I was telling my daughter, I said, "Hey man, they about to wake up some OG people about to start getting it back out the mud again." Like,
Yeah, you got to.
yeah, chicken. That's why I was saying earlier they're gonna, we probably gonna have to deal with some sensors. You know how they put the little stealing sensor tags on some
Yeah.
food. Like they gonna have some stuff locked down to where we just can't let you walk out of here with this steak. Okay, I know y'all probably stole them drumsticks, but you're not gonna take this steak and all these like extravagant foods that you can buy with a food stamp card.
The thing
So
is, though, what folks I don't think ever really realize. I mean, man, the stamp shit is government money. It's government money being spent in places that's coming right back. So the money, it ain't free. They getting their money right on back because they tax these stores. These states still got to pay stuff or whatever. So it seems free to the people who have to use it or whatever. But in the long run, the government though, man, that's just money that's coming back.
well, except now the government said we want that's too much. We want y'all to pay for some of it, and they're asking the states for that 25% if they don't pay for it, which came out to be $1 billion. So if the state can pay
Yeah,
it, they won't, or we have to pay.
they won't. They want the economy to get back right. They want folks to get their ass up and go back to work.
And that's what I was thinking too. I said, "Oh, they're trying to push people to show we're not playing with y'all no more. We
Yeah,
gonna
we
let you
not
keep
doing this
some now.
working from
Let's let
home shit.
25 get that job and make up the difference. But if you get the job, see, this is the problem with that. Food stamps is bad. And shout out to Dwayne Williams coming up in here saying real talk. I mean, Dwayne, I see. Look, I sell mine sometimes. Look, we keep it 100 over here. We don't got to act like we don't know how this work. Okay, if you ain't sold some, you done bought some. If you ain't bought, you done took somebody to the store. You done did some type of transaction with somebody in a stamp card. If it ain't yourself, so you ain't got a lot to kick it. Thank you for that comment though,
Man,
man.
you starting to see these grocery stores and all these different places. Hey man, they getting away from that self checkout shit. So
Right. Right. It's
you
only a
know,
couple. And when I say the ones that have it, buddy, they up there monitoring it like the CIA. Like you good like the I don't really use self checkout because I feel like I paid money for you to pick up my
exactly. You
I'll put it up on the
gonna
belt.
exactly.
That's labor.
You gonna goddamn pack my fucking bag.
Right. You're gonna swipe it, pack it, and put it in the baggie. I won't even come down there and bag my own stuff. No, I come here for a service and I'm paying like I will wait for somebody to come and bag it. I'm not, are you kidding me? And so I go to
Man,
the store where they bag the groceries. They have baggers there.
yeah. I mean, I
Cause I
remember
got
back when they first started, even before the self checkout, and you know, out here they called it pack and save, and other places they call it sack and save, whatever it was. You know, they scanning all your fucking food and you packing it yourself. And I was like, oh no, never. I will stay going to the higher brand grocery stores because I'm not packing my own shit.
you know how much work that is in arm lift. You already had to push that buggy around the store. You tired.
Man,
Now I gotta put it on the belt. Then I gotta swipe it across there. Then the bags aren't small. No one's noticed how small these grocery bags are now. The bag's so small they can't hold but 3 items. So now you done had to load, push, pull, like. Oh, but then you gotta load it in your car. See, that's too much labor. That's too much labor, and I just
and, and what's crazy because just the other day I did an Instacart and the dude kept replacing so much stuff, and I'm like, okay, I get it. He in there, he really ain't gonna look like I would look if I shot myself. So I'm not doing Instacart no more. But it is a convenience to
right.
have somebody else do the shit. But yeah, I'm
I
done
feel
with
the same
Instacart
way.
because I need to get my own stuff because folks be lazy.
Yes, because you know that okay, I really wanted this type of seasoning for that, and they didn't have it. So you up and decide thinking for me, that ain't what I would have got.
Yeah,
Now,
that ain't what I would have got.
so you know what? It's just not for me. I can get past that. Now, unless you just got some type of handicap, like you're really in a situation.
Yeah, yeah.
And for those people, I get. But for the rest of us, we gotta understand. Hey, that's just not for us. Cause they gonna put. It's gonna be like you didn't look down the aisle or get the this brand or whatever. Try to find a Rotel tomato. You just gonna throw me in here that like yeah they lazy and they not thinking of giving you the best for your money. They thinking man let me
Exactly.
put this canned tomato in here. I can't find you. Like they didn't get you the cherry tomatoes that you wanted this one. You got that. So when it comes to groceries too and food, you already about to prepare your food. You want the ingredients. But I do think for the people complaining, that was the title. If you didn't, you know, if you didn't care enough to go out and like at least say, hey, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I would
Yeah.
like the best for this world that we have. If you didn't put no energy into that, I don't think you have you have a right now to be sitting here complaining. Just take it. It's like, nah, just take it. You gotta take it and deal with it. And maybe it's a lesson to learn next time come around. Take things serious. Just take stuff more serious.
Yeah. And then, you know, all this administration is doing is trying to put more stuff on the states to handle whatever. And the main thing, you know, it's rough for us here in California because of the fact Donald Trump don't like Governor Newsom. He not trying to help out with the fires that just recently happened. He tired of doing all that. So he definitely putting stuff up on the states to where it's like the states gonna have to start forcing their folks back to work and getting more jobs. You know, California lost a lot of big companies and shit. So
Yeah,
we
after
gonna have to figure it out. I just
I
paid damn near $100 for gas and shit the other day to fill up my tank because we got two refineries out here that's getting ready to close down, and man, these motherfuckers be catching fires and shit, man. And we already got all these type of different taxes on our gas. man, we might be at $8, man, in the next
Oh my
year.
God. $8.
So yeah, man, it's getting rough. It's getting rough.
Yeah, I mean, I know
Chevron
everybody from
used to
all
be
walks of life.
headquartered here. Chevron and left here. Chevron used to be headquartered here, and they leaving.
Damn, not the Chevron. I
Yeah,
rock
Chevron.
with Chevron. I really rock with Chevron. But if they done packed up and said y'all can keep y'all, God dang, Chevron said nah, we're not doing this. We've been around for too long,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we not finna be. We're not putting up with this. You not like we gone. Dang, Chevron.
And that's the only place I go. I can only put super in my car, and I'll only go to Chevron. So, like I said, I damn near put $100 in my car the other day.
See, I remember when they ran out of gas around when the pandemic was here. Georgia ran out of gas, come flying over here to Birmingham, and it took me. I had to ride around on the line for about 2 hours to find some gas for some Supreme. I had because it ran out because the people that's they wasn't no regular. So they had to go to Supreme, and it was out, and some people can't only use the Supreme. So it took me I went to so many stores. I finally got some on a side of town that I had to go out far, and I filled that baby up, and that was an Escalade. That was like 125 or no 140. That was the highest I think I had ever. Hey, but we wasn't even at $8. I think we were at $5 a tank then. So I can only imagine what.
I mean, right now it ain't even the summertime yet. And right now, some gas stations is up at $6, but the average is $5 and some change right now, depending on where you go. Like I said, I can't go to the cheap ass spots that's still around the $4 shit. So I gotta adjust. That's why I went and just bought me a bike. I'm about to be on a bike for the summer. A pedal bike, not no motorcycle. A pedal bike.
You're not about to be on no pedal bike, ride no bike with no bag on him. Stop playing. Yeah, he's not gonna do that. He play too much. You play.
Man, well, it's gonna be electric. I'm about to get me an electric bike, man, and be like, hey, this is how this is about to be then.
These scooters, hey, people really.
I get an electric bike and tow a cart behind that mug and go to the grocery store and load the back of that thing up and.
I don't know if you can do that. There are laws with those, so it's some stuff gonna change. That's what I'm saying. Some people they'll be fine. No, I'm like, no, man. This EBT and this food stamps is a serious matter. Folks are gonna be flipping out. That's why I was saying the things that people can buy with those that aren't groceries. They've been getting people buying diapers with a food stamp card.
Yeah, that's
crazy. There are stores that they will let you get a pack of Pampers, but they're going to double the price.
Exactly.
But for a woman sitting at home right now at this time and she ain't got no diapers, she gonna go up there to the Texaco and pay $15 on her food stamp card for a pack of 4 diapers because she needs something. She can't get by. And they're gonna ring it up as a grocery. That's what I'm saying. It is a real hustle.
They gonna either do that or go into the back room and give Muhammad a hand job.
Oh God,
we're not gonna do. Hey, if we gonna talk about, we gonna talk about.
So back to hustle and flow for the baby parents. This just getting real grimy. This just getting. People about to start hustling stamp cards like it's gonna be gold. Hey. It's gonna turn into, hey man, I got them. People thought they were selling them before. I ain't doing it. It's gonna come to now. Hey man, I still got $10 on these stamps. Like, what you got? Anything you want to give? It ain't gonna be 50 cents on the dollar. Doing that's what I was saying. People were paying. It has been that way forever. 50 cents on the dollar for the stamp. Some folks tried to get greedy and tried to go up, and it didn't work, and they saw the door got slammed in their face. So, with a reduction in the increase in food, that's not gonna work anymore. So it's gonna start turning to a real hustle flow out here. It's gonna get ugly. Like I said, with the people that have been using their cards to purchase Pampers, weaves, shoes. That's why in these gas stations, folks don't be like. When I was like, why would they got a hair packs of hair in here? This ain't the place for that,
Yeah,
So
they got a.
just,
It's a gas station out there like that. I ain't never seen that one.
oh, several. Let me take you on a
Damn,
tour, land. Oh, baby, they got
damn.
lace front. The Texas, the Texaco furs. You can come up out of there with a lace front, some knockoff Crocs. You can get you
Damn.
some hosiery. They got outfits. They got a couple of little outfits hanging up there. You can get it all on your EBT card. He's gonna ring it up as grocery, and you're gonna walk up out of there by the bill. And for something that probably cost you about $40. Yep.
At the gas station. Yeah, that's
On
crazy.
Third Avenue. At the gas, they got it all propped up in the window. So you just put them like, here go the beer, Bud Ice, $1.05 and a lace front wig next to it. It just kind of be like, what's going on here? And that's why they have them in
That's
there because
crazy.
they know LaQuisha and them finna swipe that card and get that wig. She just got her stamps for the month. So she feeling good about herself because she on full right now. You see what I'm saying? Quick got the full stamps. She just got them. She just re-upped on her stamps. So she feeling real confident. And now realizing you just spent you sold the other half to the trap house. You down half of your allotted money that you got to stretch out for the next.
It's just messed up because you have states who put their people in those type of positions. And it ain't just, with black folks, because we know these white folks is on that shit too, whatever. And it's just messed up that certain states put their folks in that type of position. Here, just having other EBT shit like that, man, you're not going to make it here that long. You're going to have all kind of hustles and everything going on because that money ain't enough. Unless you got Section 8 to go along with it. You're going to have to get up and go get some type of damn job, no matter what. So states that still allow folks to just sit around and be lazy and feel like that's cool to just be, living low that way, motherfuckers got to step up. I seen that shit when I was in Mississippi and shit not too long ago, and it's just like, damn.
When you got folks stuck in your way, when you step up, when you say that to certain people, they don't want to work no more. They're some people are conditioned to be like, well, I'm gonna get it anyway. I'm one way or other. Okay, so they already got the tag locked up. I was talking about that earlier, how I can't even get a stick of deodorant without ringing the bell. Okay, this is ridiculous because people want to come in the store, steal up the deodorant, steal up all the degrees.
Y'all just started getting those?
No, we've been had them, but it's just that. And now it's gonna get worse. The chicken about to be locked up now. And all
well, you gonna have to start pulling up the Walmart, man, and order it through the window.
Right. Wow, real.
They gonna treat you like out here with 7-Elevens and shit, man. We can only allow a certain amount of people in at one time.
See, and that's what I was trying to say. This is gonna affect. I just came in here to grab. I want to do some chicken and rice tonight. I already had my rice. I just came here to give me a pack of chicken breast. But baby, they got a sensor tag on it. I got to ring. I'm gonna have to ring a bell. Somebody gonna have to take the sensor. It's gonna be a whole process for me just to get out the store with a pack of chicken because they stealing all the meat. They're gonna have to. That's what the most high price items are the meats. So they're gonna be stole first. And it's really not that hard to cover up and steal a couple packs of meat. Ain't nobody really checking for that type of stuff going out the store. You wrap that baby in a like people gonna get crazy. If they got I done seen open packs of stuff, like open packs of Chips Ahoy. They just took out a couple. People will open up a product, put it in another package. Man, you're not hearing me. That's what I'm trying to tell you, buddy, baby. When you go down there and you thought you was gonna do that roast tonight, and you see the meat open. Let me open the pack up. It's gonna start getting real gotta. Like, damn, they don't open. Yes, they will open that pack, take out the meat, and put it in their own Ziploc and walk straight up out
That's
the store.
crazy.
It's gonna get
That's
real ugly.
crazy.
So
That's
now we
crazy.
don't have unsanitary packaging.
That's crazy.
Wow, who went back to the aisle? They done figured out back there in the water, nobody be watching, or in the pet food aisle. See, people know where to go to do that. All you got to do is put it
That's
in your
so
bucket,
crazy.
push yourself to a non-monitor aisle, swap out your pack, and you still gonna walk up out the store. People, things can get creative around this.
Yeah.
They get
I mean,
creative.
man, I done seen cats who, you know, a couple of years ago, and I'm seeing this dude, you know, stuff meat and shit down his pants and all the shit. So I come outside. I'm like, boy, you a slick motherfucker. He said, you want some? Like, man, nigga, I don't want shit that's about to come up out of your motherfucking pants, man. Nah, you good. You good. I don't want none of it. So
I
I
mean,
mean,
but
hey, I can believe it, but to take it out of the package and put it in your own Ziploc, that's wild.
and see,
That's
I don't
wild.
probably put somebody on. Somebody probably seeing right now gonna watch and replay, like, you know what? I ain't never think about that. That's why I was trying to be careful what I
Yeah,
said,
that's a
because I
new
ain't
one. I
trying
ain't
to.
never
I'm
heard
not
of
trying
that
to
one.
help facilitate. I'm not trying to be here to help facilitate the destruction and criminality of our society. Please don't get it. Oh, but this
That's
is
a
what
new
people
one.
would do. All you got to do is walk in with your own bags. They ain't got to use a Ziploc.
That
Like, they just got to take it out the packaging. I bet you they walk up out there with their steak. I bet you they walk up out there with their. I bet you they walk up out of there with it, and it ain't gonna get scanned or nothing. And it's sitting all wrapped up in somebody. It's in another packaging.
yeah,
Done. It's gonna be a whole bunch of babies. Let me tell you, it's gonna be a whole bunch of babies in diaper bags. People gonna be borrowing folks' babies, borrowing somebody else's baby to take to the store. Let me get your baby, so I need a diaper bag. It's gonna be diaper bags full of
that's
crab
crazy. That's
legs,
crazy.
milk, you name whatever they can get up in that diaper bag. Okay,
That's
folks gonna
crazy.
get it at how they gonna get it. So that 25%, it was like, them people not going to work. They gonna do the math and say, oh, okay, so we just gotta, we need to get this, this, and this. We're gonna have to take that. They're just gonna take it.
That's
They're just gonna
wild.
take it. They're not going to go get a part-time job because their job by income is going to reduce their benefits. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The way the food stamps is based is on your income. So most people that get them have very little to no income.
I
Well,
mean, it's
on
based on
paper,
you know
look, on
on
paper.
the Section 8 and everything too. So it's like,
Oh, they've already cut. They've already started cutting Section 8 here.
yeah,
I haven't even tried to touch that because I feel really some type of way in my spirit. I've known people who actually are affected right now and kind of just out here with kids, like, and they were okay on their Section 8. And I'm like, that's something I never would have thought they would have taken away. And they don't even
mhm.
know how to get another place. They don't have the skills, the tools. They couldn't pay the rent even if they got a job. They can't afford the
Yeah,
rent. So it's like, what the
'cause
hell are they supposed to do?
they not gonna make enough. I don't know if they do it down there like they do it here, but you got to make 3 times the amount of the rent.
Right. No one's going to rent to them. They're
And
going to ask. And when the
yeah,
people discriminate against you for housing, like I have had, you know, when I didn't do that, I got screwed over. Now that I had to switch
mhm,
my own game up and run a property, because I'm like, see, you know what? I wasn't even trying to do y'all like that, but look how y'all did me. Y'all damn near
exactly,
burnt the house down because you couldn't pay your rent. I
exactly.
can't put you out. So screw you. I can't do no more handouts, no more hand. I gotta look out for what I have to pass down to my children in a burnt crisp house because you done got evicted, ain't it? Okay. And
Exactly.
that's how dirty people will do you. And it's unfortunate that folks got to like, nah, man, we got to see, where did you stay? A letter from that landlord. What were you paying? We want to see a receipt. Like,
Mhm.
it's and they don't have that to give. I've been on Section, somebody that's been on Section 8, which pretty much are women, for 10, 15 years. Well, they
Mhm.
don't have they haven't been paying nothing but $10, $15. If that.
Yep.
I've known
Yep.
some that had to pay $1 and still got put out, but they had to pay $1. And want to, I know that's just sorry. That's
I've known
sorry to
some
have $1 rent.
who had to pay zero, and they were paying their electric bill and everything, and still
Oh,
couldn't
we
hold
haven't.
on.
He ain't touched that yet. The more he found out, wait, people can get free electricity. They get their
Yeah,
I
you
think
get
it's
your
called.
electricity, you get your utilities paid.
I don't know what the word is for it here, but there is a program that asks like, do you need help with your whatever? They have that. They gonna start coming for that. It's people like, hold up now. They're gonna be sitting. I guess they better get some lanterns or some oil. I don't know, but
Yeah.
people gonna start stealing power. It's gonna look. Niggas know how to steal some power. I mean, they're gonna just go around here and lock up all the power lines, lock up the water. It's just gonna start to get real medieval. Okay, food lockdown. Still not the packet. They cutting the programs. And then let me tell you, when they come for this is when the hell gonna break loose. You ready for it? Y'all ready for this in the chat? That hell gonna break loose, DOD, when they come for the child care resources, which is daycare and after school care pay for those women with all them kids. And she cannot pay for it. I could barely afford daycare when my boys were in it. Okay. I mean, I when I say barely afford, I could afford it based off 2 incomes, and we were only paying $800 a month. That was like 20 years ago. I don't know what it costs per child a month now.
It's almost a hustling backwards situation, because it's like you're gonna start putting people in these situations where, and you already have it to where the schools don't have enough teachers anyway. So it's like people not going to be able to have enough money to send the kids to school, so or pay for the child care after the school. And so that means, hey, I got to have my child here and say I'm homeschooling, but man, I'm not making no money because you cutting down on my food stamps, you cutting back on what I can have with having Section 8. This is a dangerous road, man. This shit is going down right now.
Wow. And DOD was saying, I already said something about those child care resources. That's what I'm saying. It started
it's crazy.
The minute they hit the food stamps and they get that 25% there, that's quite a bit of money. That's a significant amount of money, and that's a start. And that's not even including the people just getting cut off. This is the reduction. It said reduction is some who are just going to completely be terminated from the program. It didn't even say why terminated. You might just be an any, mini, miny, mo. We cutting you off. Have it figured out. Any, mini, miny, mo. They don't really work with fair at down there at the EBT office. They work with, oh well, crap. They not, file for an appeal. They don't work with humility and a heart. They work with numbers, digits, and any minute, and whoever got your case, how she might feel that day and what she put in the system going to determine the rest of your whole year.
So all that smart talking you've been doing over the years of your motherfucking working.
You don't know how to get on there trying to beef. Hey, Lynn, get on there trying to beef with your caseworker if you want to about what you talk about. I'm gonna get if you don't get my copy of my ID by 4:00 today, I'm terminating. What you talking about? Baby, she gonna go. All they have to do. Let me tell y'all. Shout out to my girlfriend who been working down there shortly since after high school. She got her job down there. Ain't much room for advance, but we get all the game. We know everything going on at the EBT headquarters. So. Well, I don't want to call it headquarters, but the little office they work out of. They minimize too. They now only have to. They don't have to wait to hear back from Montgomery and them decide. They just got it. They can click a button, like how the power company can just click a button and turn you off because you decided you just wasn't gonna pay. They don't have to come out or send a warning letter. You might get one letter, but all they have to do is click a button, terminate, and so. Talk crazy to her because some of you all have forgotten your communication skill. You never had any, and you decide to spend 24/7 beefing online, talking crazy to people, think that cussing out people get you somewhere instead of humility and an approach and doing what you have to do until you can do what you want to do. Attitude. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do without having those skill sets and proper communication, talents. You on the top of the list. Shanquisha, she gonna cut you off as soon as you get snagged with her click. The phone's gonna get disconnected. You can't call. You won't get her back on the phone because they have all these answering systems and way to filter in a letter that says you have been terminated. If you wish to reapply, come down to the office. That's all you're gonna get. You're not gonna get your way. You can't make them do nothing. And the food pantries are already saying we running on low or empty over here. Okay, the food pantries have not been pantrying, and you're not gonna get no steak and crab legs and all this, cookout. Look, 4th of July finna look real dry right next coming up. All y'all, everybody that cook it, 4th of July finna be nothing but hot dog, them red hot dogs, them cheap hot dogs, them red ones. No Brownsworth. What the Brownsworth? No Polish
No
sauce.
Bratwurst, no
Right.
Polish sauce,
You
no
ain't
hot
getting
links.
none of that. Y'all get red hot dogs and them pre-frozen patties. You can't be making them and pre-frozen for the 4th of July. You ain't getting none of that stuff on the grill.
Look, the 5 for 5's gonna be gone.
They're probably folks not. Hey, if y'all doing big,
them
go
Piggly
on.
Wiggly deals gonna be over with.
Right.
That's fucked up. I don't be the
That
laugh.
is so fucked up. We ain't supposed to be laughing about that. God
I
forgive me. But
don't
it
be
is
the
some shit.
laugh. I don't be the laugh.
Ain't no the meat store. What's that dang on name of that meat store they got? I can't even think of their name. It's a meat store.
Oh man.
5 for 5. I don't go in there, but because I think they high.
Yeah, get 5 for 5 like a motherfucker. Them days over with.
Over with. Y'all might want to start stocking up now. I mean, what you can on some just your next benefits for June coming up. Don't buy nothing but meat.
Nothing but meat.
Don't buy no
canned
sides.
and canned vegetables. Meat and canned vegetables.
Buy meat in your can and don't buy nothing else until you figure out how to get you all the way through the first of the year. I hope they don't take cut no more because the 5 for 5 gonna be gone. The hustle about to get like I said, folks finna not be in the package. It's gonna be on the side. On the side of the people be selling stuff. Folks about to be really out in like it's gonna get real.
Ain't no more plates. Ain't no more plates gonna be able to be sold.
Right, these plates we've been getting. I know y'all don't think when that dude
motherfuckers who been selling plates out their house. Oh no!
Over here in the city, cause he done pulled up. He tipping the man inside. He selling plates and all that extra stuff we get on our convenience. And okay, let me get you some real quick. Already cooked up. Y'all think they paying for that? No, they done got together 2 or 3 people, went down there with that stamp money. They using free money to get food for free to profit off of selling to y'all cooking on somebody else's property and tipping them. That's the way the game is now. They not paying for that.
Ain't no more plates.
Now, matter of fact, I think some of the workers in the gas station got an EBT card and they stocking up because I saw one dude. Where were we? Where was I? I don't know where I was, but the way he was shopping, I could say, oh, he's shopping for his store, like the candies and stuff to put in his places. He was shopping to put his own stuff in his aisle, and that told me, well, they're not delivering. If you're doing that, then you can swipe anything, like a food stamp card that you got 12 people on, and that's about $3,000. You making you winning. They don't figure out how to get a card, so this affects everybody community. They don't figure out. Look, with foreigners coming over here, a lot of them have these cards. A lot of people, it's hard to not know somebody with one. You got to be living in a hole somewhere. But foreigners are coming over.
I don't know nobody with one right now, and it's like I don't even know if I did know somebody, man. What you gonna do? I gotta hold on to this damn brown ass card or whatever color it is. Where you from? Nah, I'm
there
cool.
We go. DOD said something. I ain't even want. I'm gonna do them dirty. DOD. I know somebody with a vending machine sitting up at a certain place, and I can assure you, that vending machine is stocked with food EBT card that they're getting based off of a city program that they got a grant for that's helping with the whatever. And even though it's just a vending machine and it's in a good place, it didn't cost them any money.
I didn't know you could use EBT card in a vending machine. I never knew that.
They stocking their vending machine with EBT money.
Oh, using it. Okay.
It's not hard to do. I got to go down there to the Costco and get a pack of honey buns, some Starburst, a couple Snickers. That ain't, how quick you've paid nothing. You still paid tax free. You gotta keep in mind EBT is also tax free, so you're getting more than
Yeah.
way more for your dollar.
Yeah.
You put that in that vending machine, even canned drinks. Okay, even if you did a small canned drink, small can, everything coming out that machine is straight profit for you. Every
I'm not gonna
dollar.
even lie. Now that you mentioning vending machines, and I'm really sitting here thinking about it, man, I don't remember the last time I've seen a vending machine out this way.
Damn, y'all doing it like that? Hell, I tried to
Yeah,
get
I
somebody to go
haven't.
in with me on the vending machine, but we couldn't make it work because they didn't understand. They got to come like, and you got to pay a booth fee like the place that you
Yeah,
had. You
yeah,
got to
yeah,
tip that
yeah,
person.
yeah.
They wasn't understand. I don't know how they thought. Who gonna just let you use
That's
their
that's the same.
establishment?
That's the same way with the ATM machines. You know, I mean, yeah, you can come up off the ATM machines, but you just got to find a place that they give
Okay,
you a good
in the
deal to have it there.
barbershops, all these folks, you go get your hair cut and you got all those badass kids in there with the 25-cent
Yeah,
bag of chips and the 50-cent Fanta strawberry and orange drink or whatever, whatever off brand
yeah,
and ghetto drink.
yeah.
That's not your.
Off brand here, they still gonna charge $1.50.
Yeah, I don't know what they cost now. So when I said the 25-cent tip, I don't think that don't apply no more. It's been a long time since I took somebody's
Yeah,
hair
yeah. It's been hey, if you go into a vending machine, I don't think you're gonna find nothing in a vending machine under $2.
So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If I only spent $15 to stock up the Snickers on the
Yeah,
vending
yeah.
machine,
You balling.
and they
Yeah, you
$2 a
balling.
bar, baby, 7 bar, I'm good.
Yeah,
I done
you
got
balling.
my money right.
Hmm.
Lamb's going on the vending
Yeah.
machine. I got a spot or two. We could I know we could put some, but shoot, I don't know everybody before everybody catch game. I put that shit out there next to my mailbox. Them kids that be walking home from school, I sit that bitch out there in my front yard and train it up to the put some poles in the ground. And them kids, that's why I said it's gonna get real. I will
It's
put
about
up.
to get
Y'all pay
real
your
out here.
money. I ain't got to pay nobody. Look, Lamb, I'm gonna put the vending machine in my front yard. The kids that when they get off the school bus got to walk past my house, and they mamas and them ain't gonna be having no snacks in there because they food stamps cut by. So it's gonna be nothing for them to run down here real quick and get a honey bun or a quick sun kiss.
Hmm.
We
I
can
mean,
really come up.
it's a good possibility that the old school man caddy lady thing might start coming back to the neighborhood. So,
I could do that.
where you, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah. You know,
be
that's
up in
snacks.
there.
Hey, you know, I got it. What you want?
Uncle
I
me,
got
you
these
know I
type of
got it.
chips. I got these cupcakes. I got these sodas. I got this caddy. Which one you want? All
Now
right,
mama's
that's
gonna be
gonna be
down there.
10.
You
That's gonna
got
be
some
$10.
meats. You said they're gonna be down there now talking about you got some meats. You got here
You
with
got a
some.
pack of wings up in there. Hey,
I can make a
hey,
6-pack.
yeah.
Hold on, let me see.
Look, open up a pack and put 6 wings in the pack. Yeah, I
In
got.
a zip, that's what I was saying. A Ziploc bag. We doing about a 6, just like they do with the
We doing
drive-through
about a 6.
6-piece. You want them in 6-piece frozen on the day of with written with a Sharpie. Okay, selling six
It's
packs of
15
frozen
if you
chicken
want me to
wings.
marinate. It's 15 if you want me to season and marinate it for you.
I,
I got them
see,
packs too for 15 for the 6.
I ain't even think about the marinade because that would step it up. They don't got to do nothing but put it on. You're right. You can marinate and go and freeze it. I'm just saying, this got me thinking. Some of your most educated, most civilized, most by the book people gonna be thinking, well, hold up, it's always been this way. Those
Always been this way.
hold on a minute, y'all. Like I said, I will stick a vending machine next to my mail. There's no law that says I cannot
Hmm.
sit and put a vending machine in my front yard. I don't care how on the
Yeah.
side of the house. I don't care how crazy it's looking on the front yard. It works. We can see if anybody try to break in. Well, I got
Yeah,
cameras and good
you just
security.
got to worry about the break in. You're gonna have to
Well,
actually
with
have
my
a security
security
guard
and that big floodlight
guard your
sitting
vending
over there,
machine.
and how I be sitting out there and I always go to the mail, got the 45 on here. I don't think you can try that with me. They already know, like, no, she's not nice anyway, so let's just buy the food and go on. But I'm going to have it. That's what I'm saying. I just need you to fuck with me because you know I got it. And see, it started off that way. But the trap houses ain't gonna be having that because they depend on function off a food stamp card. That's what I was saying. These trap houses out here, folks get them food stamps, and one of the first places they go, besides the beauty supply store, is next to trap house. You know how many folks I know them been like, oh, I gotta go back and get my stamp card because I got something on credit with my stamps, and I'm like, what? Hold on a minute. Then they mad because they went $20 over and they want them to pay them back and this much. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
but you know, that the person that's purchasing win it with the card because you only wanted a 20. You wanted a 20, and they done came out with about $50 worth of other stuff, tax free, and you just got to go get your card back. I would do it too. Like, hold on a minute. Yeah, here you go. I'm finna make $50 off of you just with some food and let me go get my kids lunch for the week. Like the trap, it goes all the way around because that's one thing people are never not gonna need, even if they stop doing their hair and just wear bunny caps and be bald headed for the rest of their life. Even if they stop doing those things, they cannot stop eating.
Yeah, can't stop eating.
People need to eat. So food is at one of the highest priced. People can let their jewelry go. They can stop going to the nail shops. You see what I'm saying? They can let all the vanity can have a seat. But that food, I don't know. I don't want to be in a house with a hungry full of people. How kids and how some households function all is based. COVID showed me a lot of stuff with how much food is in this house.
Yeah.
And they go to the cat, and I'm sorry, but a lot of us can honestly say, no, we go to the cabin, we know what's in there, and we get it. We don't really eat. Like, hold on, people gonna be portioning out. Like, it's gonna get like it's kids. If these kids ain't overweight enough, some of the small ones, you done portion out and goldfish. You know them small snack bags. And wrote the kids' name. You gotta distribute your kids like you.
Like
really
you said, man, a lot of shit is about to be distributed through Ziplocs.
Yes, Ziploc gonna make so much money. Ziploc and the Outbrand lock and Trip Lock and whoever else gonna make so much money.
Hey,
your kid portions for the day. For the more, they already ain't getting no eggs no more. Okay.
I haven't seen that in a long time. Remember back in the day, they used to sell cereal boxes, them little small little motherfuckers.
Tiny little.
It's coming back. It's gonna come back.
They gonna come back around.
Hey, they gonna come back.
Investment. But you gonna go in there. You are not gonna pick up a cereal box and just fix your not just Polar Bowl of cereal. They got to get them a pre.
You about to have this little pre-package, and that's enough cereal for you for the morning.
That's your breakfast. Well, drink some water. Don't say the same. Drink some water. That's it. Drink some water. I'm still drink some water. It's gonna get real petty, and I mean, then you got to think, well, people maybe are we over consuming? Maybe need to get petty like that. I don't know. I don't really. I'm one of those. If I want it, I'm gonna get it. I'm not gonna be out here. One bar of soap for the whole house. Like there's just things I cannot downgrade to. But there are those. What the 6-pack? Yeah, we got them 6 packs of wings. Hey man, you want the whole wing? We doing whole wings, so you get your money whole wings for 6-pack. People gonna be getting up. Let me get a pack. Like just like they look, a hustler gonna figure out a way. They gonna think about, ain't nobody doing that.
Yeah.
And they probably. I'm gonna get you like somebody who can get it easily will help the ones they ain't really helping, but they will profit off the ones who can't get it as easy, but for cheaper and convenience. I mean, this really is that's why I was saying it's a big money making industry off of this SNAP. And I don't know if you were here when I talked about what about the restaurants that take it, like Subway takes EBT
Yeah, yeah.
here.
I mean, yeah, once they switch it up to where they can buy hot food, so yeah,
Oh, that shit
yeah,
gone.
that's going
So
that's going that's going to
now,
suffer
and
a
they
little bit
did a
too.
couple of them. I just couldn't remember which ones. I remember Captain D's agreed, and I
Hmm.
thought churches. Of course, the most ghetto shit, Captain D's and church. But it's some that when it is a couple more places that will let you get it on hot food. I just don't know for the homeless people because they were
Hmm.
complaining about how we don't have refrigerators and we're
Yeah,
homeless.
yeah.
Y'all gave us a food card with no way to store our food, so y'all we got to be able to eat per day. So that's why they opened up some of that stuff to get prepackaged. But when I was in Wendy,
Hmm.
I'm like, now see, this is taking advantage. Who need to come over here and get some already packed crab meat? I don't think if you got the swipe for the EBT for the crab, like in some crackers, you ain't out your category. You need to be over there getting some. I ain't saying you need to get a pack of spam, but
Maybe we gonna get some goddamn all that sauce.
yeah, do they still sell Vienna sausages? I know,
Uh,
I
yeah.
know. I was wrong as hell for that. Okay, I take that back. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't have to hit y'all with the Vienna. But there's some eating. This what I'm saying. If people ain't already slow enough and deteriorating in the brain, you start taking
Yeah,
the nutritional and. But I think some of them have already done that anyway. Because I've seen some people shopping and I've looked over there like it ain't a honey bun. Like the name brand is some brand that I'm like, man, I done tried that just on
yeah.
a whim, and that shit didn't taste right. But they got a bet.
I
I guess.
can't buy the off brand shit. I just can't. I
And
can't
see,
make
people
myself do
saying, "What we gonna do?" Because folks like me and you, we can't do it.
it. I can't do it. I can't do
That's why I was
it.
talking about the tide. I like my
I
tide.
tell
That's
motherfucker
what
to
I
put it,
wash it
man.
in.
I'm a brand whore, man.
Man,
I
right. We
can't.
some label whores. Look, Lane, they got my tide. We some label whores, okay? They got my tide over here locked down up in the thing. I got to ring the bell, ding dong, every time I want my tide. But I bet you I stand there and wait. I bet you I'm gonna wait
Hmm.
for my Tide Oxy because that's what I came in here for. Walgreens and y'all got it on sale. So let me get that
I got
32. I don't want
I
Purex.
gotta ring the bell, man. I gotta ring and wait for my just to get my damn cocoa butter lotion
Right. My Dove soap locked
and
down.
that good shit,
Everything I
not
like.
that bullshit. I gotta get that good shit. Don't get that bullshit in there. It smell like cocoa butter. No, I gotta get
I
the
ain't got
real
no right. But we've been on both sides, and that's the thing about it. We've seen, hold up, man, trying to save $1. I didn't get none of the moisture. My skin ain't right. This is not whole. I'd rather spend 75 cents or $1 more and get this brand that gave me the benefits. Like once we've got to that accustomed to a certain lifestyle, we don't what we supposed to downgrade to. We can't go back.
I can't. I can't. I need my
So
vino.
who you telling? This ain't gonna finna spray my. I clean. I want my Pine Sol. I want my Pine
I
Sol.
need
I want
real
my Clorox
Clorox
Cleansier.
wipes.
Right. I don't want if you like Clorox. We have uh, you know,
I need my
disinfectant with no
real
name.
for breeze. I need my real Glade plug in, whatever it
Yes,
is.
correct.
It
Right.
can't be
I
no
don't want
off
no
brand or
knockoff.
none of that.
It don't do it. It don't hit the same. People don't get. It's
Uh
not just about the name, but trust. And some of us have tried, and it did
uh.
not hit the same. Which is why I don't do the dollar store. It don't
Uh,
hit right. I done bought a dollar
I
store
can't do the
plug
dollar
in.
store.
I
I
didn't
can't
smell
do it. I can't
nothing.
do it.
I didn't smell
I can't
nothing
do
from that. I use blue. I like my toilet water blue land. I have been upset. I have to have my
it.
toilet water blue, and I use my Clorox scrub and bubbles blue tank drop in tablets so that I can have blue toilet water. Okay, the
Oh,
knockoff with the one that's under that doesn't produce any color. I have tried it
yeah,
before to
yeah,
see. Let me
yeah.
see what it does. I was like, dang, that was a waste. It didn't do anything. That those in the blue water has benefits. It keeps the bowl clean and fresh. It has a
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
aroma.
yeah.
I'm getting my money's worth out of that. So yes,
I can't go buy no Fabuloso. I don't know. Pine Sol.
I got to have my.
Original Pine Sol. I don't need no Fabuloso.
That ain't going. They don't have the cleaning power of Pine Sol. There's certain
No,
things that
no.
just don't beat the cleaning power and the
And
longevity.
my bleach has to be Clorox. I don't want no
Come
off
on
brand
now.
bleach.
That bleach, the Clorox will take you so far and get stuff up that you didn't even know was on there. It'll
Mm.
it'll it'll find things and be like, well, I'll be don't put a little cap of that in your pants out and do a deep mop. See,
Oh
that's what I'm
shit!
talking about.
That's the only way I can mop.
That's what I'm saying. And so no, we don't want to go, the watered down bleach and
Hmm.
it's like I
Yeah,
can't. It don't have no effect.
yeah.
So
But Miss Bridget, I'm about to
yes, we're
turn
gonna
it
wrap it
in.
up.
I'm gonna turn it
Thank
in. Yeah,
you.
I'm
It
gonna
is
turn it in.
time. Time
I'm
to go
glad
ahead
I was
and
there to
take.
catch you live. I thought you would be sleeping. Shit, I'm glad I
I'm
caught
on
you
my
live.
way.
Or whatever. But
I'm gonna
yeah, it's
write
all
it up.
good. I'm gonna holler at you in a minute.
Okay. Good
You be
night.
good. Good night, Bridget.
All right, y'all. Did y'all get all that free game? Yes, DOD. Cocoa Butter Senate. Y'all know what it looked like when it ain't the real thing, like the good thing, and it's a imitation, and you used to the real thing. You can't. How we supposed to hustle backwards? And this is all around the board for everybody. So you might not get supplementary, nutritional, advanced, whatever. Uh, I can't even think of the dang on words for SNAP no more. I don't know what EBT stand for. Electronic something something. I don't even know. You might not get stamps, but I was trying to lay out a layout for y'all to see how. Oh, you don't got to get them. It's still gonna affect you. Like I said, when you wonder why your chicken meat tied to a chain got a long chain on it, and you can't get far, you got to ring a bell for the butcher to come out and unleash it and then walk you to the register when you got to do unnecessary stuff due to the high demand and theft. Remember, oh man, they cut the food stamps. So the same people that they lost that 25%, so they was gonna get it anyway by any means necessary if they got to steal it out the pack. Yes, they are not. Look, bless his heart. He had a good approach to say, well, people got to go out here and get jobs, except they're not going to get jobs. The jobs, if you got a reduction, consider yourself lucky. You go out and get a job, you can't get them at all. And that's, or child care, like it's a very thin line in how the system works. A very thin line. I've seen people a household that were getting food stamps, their income, I kid you not, only went up. It was a small percentage and something with their social security. They own social security. These are an older couple. And it only went up something like $8 a month. Lost $200 in stamps. They were only getting about 200 in stamps a month. But because of the $8 that took them over the line, they lost all of it because they were already, I guess, on the lowest amount for two. I'm like, they couldn't just be, but I already know how that works, and they probably don't really know how to do the paperwork. They just lost it. I just know actually it was their income cut them off. So it's a small line. So yeah, you went out and got that extra part-time job. Now when you turn in you don't even got to turn in your wages when they run your social, and it says DOD. We see you made an extra $400 over here in March. What's up? We gonna reduce your. Matter of fact, you don't qualify anymore. So that 400 you made extra to help your family cost you 600 in food stamps. Now tell me where that makes sense. See, that's why people have them. Let's wrap this up and keep it a buck. This is why people have some of them and did the math and said, wait a minute, subtract my money from gas to work, what I got to spend for lunch to work at work, even if I pack my own, the time away from my family, the stress on my body, all of that to bring in this amount. Or I cannot bring in that amount. You all come in, supplement that, which is why it's called supplemental nutrition advanced program, whatever. I keep skipping past the A because I really don't know what it means. Okay, let's keep it 100. You all come in and throw me $800, $900 a month in SNAP for this family of 4 or 5. I think that like 4. I think that's like here down south. So a family of 4 down south can get you over about 800 and something bucks a month. That's not a lot of people. So when somebody sits down, that takes out the part-time job right there, because it canceled it out. This is why I said, no matter who you think everybody got a food stamp card floating around somewhere. Because once you figured out your taxes pay for this very program, and you've already paid for it anyway, you paying for it one way or the other. If you're not getting food stamps, what's that tax code that say on the, is it fast, whatever that tax code is, that goes directly into these type of programs. So DOD might not get the food stamps, but he's paying taxes for, let's say for me, I'm getting them, DOD's not. DOD don't get the stamps, but in his taxes, he has to pay the federal government a certain amount for these taxes to exist, for me to get it for the free ski. Only for me to turn around and sell them to him for half price. So I get money back that I haven't earned illegally. Now, this, keep in mind, you guys, these things are illegal. Don't get caught in the act doing any of this stuff, selling stamps, hustling stamps, all that. They will prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law, and you will be disqualified for life. So I wouldn't suggest that. But no, I don't even know anybody other than some folks who got caught selling like major criminal activity that had an issue doing that. Because like I said, somebody came in the chat saying, hey, I sell mine sometimes. People just do that, ain't. But that's how that works. So if DOD was, let's say DOD was married to me and he's paying every month to go into food stamp program, and I turn around and I receive it. Like, you see what I'm saying? There are corners. I'm not going to give that type of stuff. You got to pay me for that type of game. Do you hear me? You're going to have to pay me. You're going to have to pay me for the type of game, that how to get around certain corners. I'm not giving it. I don't do that for free. They've been told me, my homies and fellow comrades said, no more free game, Beachy. You got to start giving the people free game. They couldn't figure that out themselves. No more free games. I can't give you no free game. Okay. I done gave you enough as it is, but that is how this works. And yes, for those people who are doing the most complaining are the ones who didn't go out and try to do anything about it. I think you shouldn't complain. Y'all should be the ones cut off and let the rest of the people who care enough and tried and understood the economy, like what was going on, let them keep theirs. So if they got to pick, start with the folks who not even registered, but just take them off the docket. I know that sounds so mean. Like, you know what, because let me tell y'all something. With that food stamp application, they send you a voter registry form. Oh, yes, I just gave y'all some free information before I log off. Everybody that gets food stamps, there's a voter registry form that comes in your application. You should renew twice a year. I believe it's twice a year. And each one has a voter registry form. You just got to check the box and write your name. If you're not, and they will register you to vote. Even if you don't vote, they will still register you. You don't even got to do it yourself. So the people that aren't registered and won't even take the time to fill that form out, y'all think it's a game. Don't say nothing when y'all the first ones cut off. See, this type of stuff that come back. That you be like, all them years you've been getting those food stamps for 30 years, You done seen that voter registry form. Now you or none of your grown children that you've raised, none of y'all ever checked the box and said, I would like to register to vote. Here's my name. That's it. You don't got to do nothing else besides that. They gonna put you in there as a registered whatever. They don't even ask you your party. Mm-hmm. Now, why do y'all think they've been doing that for years? Tracking who actually is participating in the world. So you got to participate to some extent. You just can't be a non-participant in the world, but want all the worldly favors and worldly perks and worldly benefits that come with it. So I'm gonna conclude this with saying, so 99.9% in the third. Those of you that do not, if you haven't filled out that voter registration with your SNAP renewal form, if you get another one before this cut, you might want to fill that out real quick. That's what they're going to check. What does one have to do with the other? Everything. Which is why we, in this place we are now, shout out to your president, who is taking 25% of your groceries out your house and your money out your house, because that is income for some people. Y'all heard the live. Nothing was exaggerated. I left some stuff out intentionally. I intentionally left some things out. So that voter registry form that's in your application, okay, you might want to fill it out if you got time. I would just call down there and say, hey, just register and vote, because they're gonna start taking out the none. that's what's gonna happen. I mean, is it targeted? Yes. Is it fair? Nothing is ever fair. It just is what it is. You don't have to like the rules to the game, but you're going to have to play them if you want to stay in the game. Do you understand the message? You don't have to like the rules. You don't have to like them at all or agree with them, but you have to respect them and play by those rules if you want to stay in the game. If you don't want to be in it, then put yourself in a situation to where you completely rely on absolutely nobody, but you will find out that all of us rely on each other still. Because whereas you thought it wasn't going to matter to you if they cut the food stamps or not, you don't get them. For that person that says that, they're going to be like in the store and trying to figure out why it's Publix. All of us, what is going on with the prices and food? Well, they're not getting EBT money anymore. It went down, so they got to catch up for it. They are making a lot of money by the people swiping those cards. Gas stations allowing people to just swipe a card for a candy bar and a drink. Because why spend the cash when you got it on your food stamp card, right? That's the way most people think. Not all of them. Some folks feel like, oh, that's a waste. Unless it's just extra run over. Ain't no more extras. And when the extras run out, it started to get real ugly. And if y'all didn't learn that from the pandemic, then you've learned nothing, which is why I said this is a financial pandemic. So I hope some people did learn. Oh, man. But I know you didn't. So we've accomplished that. Please stop crying. You didn't vote. You're going to have to take whatever they get and just deal with it. Everybody else, we get to complain. We went and voted, so we get a voice. You didn't want a voice. You denied your right to have a voice one way or the other of which way the economy goes, so just shut up. Now, like I said, when they come for those child care resources, boy, none of y'all can hardly pay $1,000 a month. More than rent, more than mortgages. And that's probably only for a child and a half to go to daycare. Y'all with small children, your after school program waiver that you don't have to pay for that program, it's gonna be gone. So how are you supposed to get your children? Your job don't even let you out to see. You can't get there to 6. Well, you gonna have to come up with the 200 they asking for per child for just an after school program. Like these are the things. It's gonna all start to be like a domino effect, and somebody gonna be sitting back thinking, "Well, hell, I didn't think they were comfort. Why not? That's a government program. That's a lot of money. Daycares shut down." Or if they're ran off primarily based on child care resources status quo, they're gonna just start closing up. They can't afford to stay open. They don't have no funding coming in. That money doesn't come in. It comes in straightly from the government. They can run their whole life based on, okay, we got 100 people in here that we know we at least getting 50,000 a month. You see what I'm saying? They can run their life based on guaranteed money. Now they can't. Well, at some point it won't be. So it starts with the food stamps. Then it's going to go over to the utilities. Then it's going to go over to child care resources. And shout out for y'all for listening to that. And I hope you got some of this game. Yeah, it's going to go all the way around until it come back. Like people was so stressed out about Social Security. I'm like, there's a lot of stuff in between here and Social Security and people talking about their 401ks and retirement. Like, yeah, that's just something for y'all to say, but we don't even really know if y'all got a 401k. But I do know your ass got some stamps. I do know you need some money with your help with that child care. That's expensive. That's expenses coming from working people. Be complaining like, oh my gosh, I pay more in daycare than I do my mortgage. We've all had that same story. I could never qualify for the child care resources because I didn't know how to do the. See, no one gave me game. Had they told me how I know now, I could have got around that. But at the time, I didn't know how that worked, and that was a substantial amount of money coming out. But I just paid it. It became part of the bill every week. Drop that 400 off. Now I'm looking at it like, oh hell to the no. Giving somebody 400 a week, right? I could be driving my Porsche. Like now, ain't no way. So then we start to turn into people can't afford to have kids. Like this is a whole boy. The next 4 years, then you can't go where you see. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it. Then you gonna take they done already. I told you all down here in South in Alabama, they've already canceled the Section 8. So if you haven't gotten put out your Section 8 yet, you will be, and you won't be given much notice. Okay, so a lot of houses coming up for sale because Section 8 ain't Section 8 no more, which, I really feel bad about that housing because there are things that people need and how they supposed to go without it, and that's food, clothing, and shelter. Like if we took everything away, we learned, hey, give me food and shelter and even clothing. It's got to be damn near optional now. We talking about, hey, when I say clothing, your basics, okay? I'm not talking coming out there Gucci down. I'm talking about basic clothing. And inside and included with clothing would be with toiletries and hygiene. Okay, so it's going to be a bunch of musty people walking around. We're going to have to scan our IDs just to get a stick of deodorant first. Now it's locked up. Next, we're going to have to scan our ID for the bar that we got unlocked to make sure it made it to the register. But they will unlock it and watch you walk to the register with it. Like, don't think eyes are not on you. Security, if you're anybody looking for a field to go into security. Go into some type of, because that's who going to be, they need more security. They're going to be hiring security in stores to catch the people trying to do slick stuff. I can feel it and see the eyes on me all the time. I was just riding about some nail polish the other day, but I could feel it. I said, let me put this here because I don't, it is what it is. But who will be buying nail polish for when they can't even get, a loaf of bread? So if they got to buy the bread and they're just going to steal the nail polish. See, that's what I'm saying. It's going to all the way around. Everyone gets affected and we all lose. So anybody thinks that we're going to become winners because with this president that y'all have elected, we are not winning. We will not become winners. We are all losing, and we're losing terribly. And again, those tariffs were fucking so terrible. The pharmacies were out of stock for weeks on certain medications. And on some of them, they are questionable, and I won't be taking it. I'm just telling you this because China mass produced a lot of medication for the low ski. And when they cut us off, it was quick, and people didn't have backup plans and prepared. So the next in line manufacturers, they didn't have the ingredients in the potion right. We just call it a potion. They didn't have a potion for the medication together. So they just threw some stuff together. And there have been some people with complaints. I pay attention. I'm like, what? I was affected directly myself. What you mean y'all out of stock? How you out of stock? This is something major. This considers my my function. Like, I could die. Like, no, seriously, or it was a major medication. Like, you just can't just tell me you're out of stock. Okay, well, let's just hope let's hope nothing crazy happens. I was on the light end of it, but for somebody else, they may not have been. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this service is messing up the pharmacy. And I had transferred all my stuff over to a pharmacy in a higher I transferred my things over to a pharmacy. I'm in with this in an area that was known to have stuff on stock. I learned that from the pandemic. How come over here everything y'all can't get stuff in, but over there ain't no problem. So even with me transferring my stuff over to the other side, I still had this way. I was first call on the list. I'm like, dang, y'all about to be this short on stuff. I'm talking about stuff like seizure medications. Y'all gonna have people just out here having seizures. Like, some things that is, we're not just talking about. Hey, what are they supposed to do about that? They weren't ready for it. They ran out of stock. They, trying to say, okay, I tell you what, go out here and get it figured out. So I already felt some stuff, and I knew I was gonna feel. And I said, well, I think I know what's next. They're gonna come for the flu stamp. And lo and behold, not even a month later, I look up on the docket, EBT SNAP program up on the docket for a 25% reduction. So you do the math, figure it out, people. I want to say I wish you the best of luck. Yeah, but DOD, let me show you where there's risky. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot more homeless people. See, this is where people of color, when we go to the hospital for these things, I don't like to be treated as a person flagged or put in a situation where it's like, I just, my dignity. Does that make sense? I'll try to mentally prepare myself. And, it's kind of hard to stockpile on certain things. And last month to my doctor, I was like, hey, they're out of stock. She's like, oh, yeah. Okay, well, I was like, I'm okay right now. I mean, I know what to do. If an emergency, but it was the grace of God. I told her too, but I may not be so lucky the next time. So that's going to have to be addressed. It's going to have to be addressed if that happens again. I'm going to have, yikes. I couldn't even drive for a couple of days because I couldn't risk driving and potentially having major episodes on the road. Yeah, like that was serious. And by a couple of days, I mean like 5. So yeah, okay. That's when I said I know I'm making some jokes and some things, a laughing matter, but it's kind of like, okay, another month rolled around. Yikes. I don't know how anything is going to be. I have no control. Um, you know, they Yes, you go to the hospital and people can find other things. Like, it's a lot. That's a lot of work. And then you go to the hospital, and you got to be billed for a hospital. Like, you done came out of pocket. Even if ER hospitals co-pays are at least 100, even if your stay's not so bad. Now you got this whole bill from the hospital DOD just because your medication was out of stock. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's giving. Wow, sitting. How long are we gonna sit here? It's just giving. Okay, what? Hey, what's going on here? So you got to kind of tough out some stuff if possible, and hopefully got some type of plan. Really, there's no answer because some stuff you can't touch. Like, oh my god, depending on the severity. And all I kept thinking about was people like, oh my gosh, what if somebody had to go and So I'm on the good end. Don't ever get it twisted. I understand I'm on the leisure end where I can say, okay, for the rest of the week, take me off of everything. I'm not going anywhere. I can't risk an episode, and I'm not even legally allowed to drive when I am not as I'm supposed to be per my doctors. Like, I would be a risk to other people. So I'm just gonna just stay in. Like, that ain't not many people can do that. So I understand that's a blessing in itself, but imagine somebody who their job not trying to hear that. If you're not here by 8, like, you will be fired. Like, what are they supposed? You're forcing them into situations that will propel to something else. So yeah, I already felt it. I didn't need to buy nothing major or be a concern. Like, the smallest thing that quick. And that's all. I was like, well, I always knew they mass produce a lot of it for lower, cheaper, but I never thought it would be out of stock. Like, that's something serious. Okay. And we're not talking about a shortage on Advil or something like that. I was like, oh my gosh, that could cause a stroke, hence death. I don't think you should be playing with some of this stuff. Like, are y'all okay? I hope some people are okay, but yeah, it could have went real bad. So, and that's just unnecessary. That's like the people that's not going to have food. Where are they supposed to go? That the food banks are non-existent. So that's what I'm saying. It always gets to be, at best, you can call, or I mean, who you gonna call when the neighbor don't got, like, this is a whole new nother pandemic. So y'all can pull up, go in and just type in the president's name and the proposal on. It's not a proposal. It's just what we asking. 25% state pay, which comes up to the billion, which I don't see anybody state caring about y'all that much to say, yeah, we'll fork over a billion or two so that our people don't have to take a 25% reduction. Why would they do that? They're just not gonna do that. Like, we done cut the state jobs and cut the income. We don't got no, bro. Y'all just gonna take a 25%. I guess you gonna just, cut your brain, right. They're gonna make the people pay for it. They're not gonna pay for that. Like, they already feel like you're not paying for it, so just take a little less. That's how they look at it. But make them pay more, or we as the people take less. Except the outcome of all of it is gonna cost the states more than that billion. They gonna get it from somewhere. It's gonna come out of something. Okay. So yeah. Now, y'all better hope. I'm gonna say this. Now, see, I'm gonna end with this because I gotta throw that in there too about this SNAP. Schools, the free lunch program. Don't get me started. I'm trying to tread carefully. Everybody that receives SNAP or EBT automatically qualifies for the free lunch program. And if you live in a school that has so many percentage of people on food stamps, everybody can get free lunch. Now you messing with the schools and lunch and how some people are only eating their main meals of the day at school. Very few people bring their lunch to school, you guys. My daughter has never eaten. She's one of the few, and my second son, my first one, he was fine with it, but the other two wasn't having it. I That's nothing for them to pack a lunch, okay? It was, you know, but when they y'all think it's funny, okay. You do know the free lunch program is based off of the SNAP program. So now when school start, see, we the end of the year now. They hitting all this now. And when school start and the free lunch program is now, you can't get it free. They might let you go to reduce. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. And y'all gonna be having a fit. And you will not get that lunch without paying. The lunch like people don't play. Yeah. See, y'all didn't see that coming, did you? See, you got to have that foresight I was talking about. You can't have that little whack tunnel vision, only see 1 or 2 cars ahead of you. You got to have the foresight to see, oh, shit, I forgot about free lunch. That's free breakfast and free lunch. Your kid hopping there, getting there by before 7:30, getting free breakfast and free lunch from the school. You really don't got to do nothing but one meal a day of dinner and an after school snack. That's really all you got to do. But not if the free lunch gone. And the lunch ain't 50 cents a lunch no more. I don't even know what it costs. I have to come back and we have to revisit another live. No more free school lunch, and I'm gonna find out. But yeah, see, some people they starting to feel, oh my gosh, how am I gonna pack a lunch for my kid? That's a system in itself that requires you to have groceries in the house to pack lunch food. Oh, see, now some people gonna start to be like, oh my gosh, if we ain't got free lunch, yeah, you're gonna have to come out your pocket and send each one of those kids to school every day. You got to pay for the week, put it on their account. I don't know what it costs at your school. You probably don't know because your child been getting free lunch for so long. You don't even know how much the lunch costs. You know it's cheaper than probably you packing it because it's free. So it is cheaper than you packing it. And for those who did try to send one on a special diet, or well, I don't know. So let's see what happened when school rolling, when y'all get ready to register and they ask you about your, if you see if you get your free. Let's see how this all play out. I don't know if I'm more interested in seeing how this play out or, which end of the spectrum I'm going to be on, because I definitely try to dot my I's and cross my T's and don't take anything for granted and assume the worst out of stuff. And I have assumed the worst out of this administration and they've delivered the worst. So let's see what happens when you ain't getting the free lunch. Okay. And on that, good night. Let me see what Dill said. Lord, no, Daddy! See, I didn't want to. That's why I'm be looking. Yeah, I'm always driving. DOD, and I haven't been. My gosh. Y'all, if a hungry kid is not thinking about the test, they done showed up at school hungry. You didn't have breakfast. They done had to get through the first half. They hungry. They haven't eaten since last night. Oh my gosh. Now this really hurt my heart because you're talking about really depriving food from people, not just in the home, but the most people that are getting the SNAP program have kids. Not all. You got elderly couples and just some household with grown people who are able to, you don't have to have kids to get a food stamp card. You could just be a one person with no income, and you can qualify based on no income and just needing it. So yeah, how you what you doing trying to figure out you know how to send your kids to school hungry? This really is going backwards into a plateau. Um, this is going so backwards. I mean, our kids at school hungry, man. Complete anarchy. See that food, people gonna start paying attention to. They was kind of laughing at they weren't really. They thought the tariffs weren't hitting. They weren't looking at that food DOD. Like, okay, you might think you can work your way around that, and you can go over here for this. But them pharmacies, and I'll go to a mainstream pharmacy. Okay, I was like, I know y'all lying. I got a message. We're sorry, but your prescription is currently out of stock. Dude, wait, what? If it's an emergency, I said, see, I should have known. I just held my head and said, my gosh. Then literally a month later, the freaking food, and they've told you the amount, 25%. So, and then next school, right at the summertime. So that means for the summer, wait, when the kids, if they really mess with this during those school breaks when people are in the house, oh my gosh, you know what, boy, this about to start getting real. It's already ugly, but you put hungry adults already are enough, but hungry children, I don't even know if they're gonna even go to school. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an answer. There is no answer. Talk to the people who voted them in and ask, what were y'all thinking? Talk to yourself and ask, maybe I should have just showed up, and a little bit of mercy would have come my way. So I do pray for mercy for all of us, but especially the ones who said, let me go down here to these polls so it can be noted, duly noted on the record that I am not fucking with this. Okay, let me put it on record, and let me bring my child with me, and let me bring somebody else with. Like, I think I just know you the real MVP. You might have thought you didn't win, but you won overall by doing something. Because doing nothing this is what we get for doing nothing. Doing nothing. Okay, so childcare, free lunch, all your perks. Section 8 been wiped out the window. So we got folks bunking up now and shacking around, and who got room for the weekend. We need somewhere to stay. A lot of that's going on, and it will get savage, and it will get horrendous, and I do mean that as a horrendous. It's going to be a lot of activities going on that shouldn't be going, that aren't beneficial to anybody's household. There will be people having to let folks in their household. Ain't this sounding familiar? So somebody, they didn't have enough of the pandemic the first time. They want to just escalate us into a different type of one. Real smooth. Except it's not smooth at all. It's just in your face. No, let's give y'all some more suffering. It wasn't enough last time. Let's give you some more suffering. And by God, they come for your unemployment. I'm going to leave that alone right there. I guess everybody going to be running extension lines, rigging up power. I don't know. I'm taking it one day at a time. So thanks for the information, DOD. Yeah, it's just not going to be nice. And like we said, we talk about our stuff we like to buy and we like as consumers, and those brands depend on us for them to keep functioning. Okay. All the way down the board. I mostly feel the worst for those with small children, in the home that, you know, gotta hear mama, I'm hungry, or that, you know, daddy, I'm hungry. Like, that's actually gotta hear that. And you gotta get up in there and realize you got a half a bag of rice. Hey, I guess you better get some butter. Like I said, it's gonna start going back. Guess everybody having rice with butter for dinner. Like, stuff gonna start going back to stuff I forgot existed. Ketchup sandwiches. Okay, that's not funny, but if you ever been somewhere around your people and ain't had just a ketchup sandwich, I don't know who the hell even made that up. A mayo sandwich, nothing but mayo, a ketchup sandwich. Hell, I think I even ate a syrup sandwich one time. I forgot. I remember where I was. I don't know who said to make syrup into a sandwich. I didn't really like it. I don't know if I finished mine at all, but I was hungry and I think I ate. I probably did eat it. Um, y'all ain't getting no Kool-Aid and no juices. You gonna have some sugar water. Oh my God, this is so not funny, but it's really taking back to some real. My mom wanted to spend the night at their house because we had to drink sugar water and each take a bite off a piece of chicken and pass it around. It's giving me. I don't want to do that. Y'all have a good night. Oh my gosh, the more I talk about it, get worse. It's 2:00. I got 3 hours to get up. The more I talk about it, it's just going from bad to worse to worse. But stop complaining. Y'all didn't do nothing about it. So just know your daycare finna be gone. Your Section 8. And like I said here, it's already gone. Hence all the houses opening up, getting refurbished for sale on the low, you know. Kids free lunch out the window. I actually thought that was nice for them to do that because those kids, they be talking about how nasty the school lunch is. But when I asked my daughter, how many people eat lunch at school versus to bring their lunch, she the only one on her table and one other person that bring lunch. So it must not be that nasty. I'm like, only 2 people on your table bringing the lunch and you one of them? That's how many people eat. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, they eating something off of them trays. Okay, so y'all just fill out the form on the EBT packet and I don't know, do better next time. Okay, that's all I got. I don't got nothing else. If you need to go back and hit the replay for all the game, go hit the replay and get what we gave. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank y'all for participating in the chat. Thank you, Lan, for coming up. I'm out.